welcome back to a brand new video. If you're new here, my name is Jasleen, and if you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. I'm super excited to be sharing this with you. This was actually not a very planned purchase. I wasn't planning on buying or adding more bags to my collection, but this is something that I couldn't resist, and I always say that. But actually, I regret letting go of a piece that I purchased last year, and I was kicking myself for it. But, you know, if you guys have been watching me for a while, then you'll know what this is. Some of you have actually chatted over Instagram when this piece came out, and you guys already know what this is. I posted the box on my Insta stories, and I asked for people to guess just for a bit of fun. Some of you had it right, so I guess you guys know me really well. As a brown person, it was my cultural duty to get this piece. So let's get started. So I made this purchase a while ago, but I'm unboxing it now with you. So here it is. There's a card inside for me, but there's a box and then a few other items. So the reason why I didn't get this before was because I was waiting on some other items to come in. So let's start with the main attraction. So here it is. Now, before I get started, I really owe a lot of my thanks and love to the designer Cut. I've mentioned her page before in some of my previous videos when I talked about the Chanel sale. She's based in California in the United States and has amazing connections to various boutiques across the entire United States. We are currently in lockdown in Ontario, and actually it's just been a revolving door of lockdowns, don't get me started, but things aren't so great here, and obviously stores are closed, but everything else around the world, I think people have been open. I know Europe is open, various states are open, but here we can't shop. So, which is not the end of the world. I mean, I'm thankful for our health of myself and my family. But anyway, she was able to use her connections and was able to source me this item. So she's great in that way. Like, she's honestly, like, there are a lot of pieces that she's been able to find, and she's very trustworthy, and it's just great. Like, I mean, she honestly, like, she's not just a personal shopper, like sourcing you items, but she'll also give you some knowledge about the item. You know, like if you're a first-time shopper, she can really sort of help you through the whole process, and it's just been really pleasant to work with. The transaction was very smooth. She showed me the item, told me how much it was, I paid her, and then, you know, it was shipped. Although I was waiting for two other items, so I told her to like just ship everything together because I didn't want to pay for shipping twice, but that was on me. So anyway, this has already been unboxed by her because she showed me the item, you know, on Instagram. She sent me a little video, so it's already unboxed, and then she reboxed it. Also, in the United States, there is a box shortage, okay? So she didn't get the item in this box. She got it in some other box, and then she said, "Hey Jasleen, like, do you want a box? I can give you one of mine." And I said, no, I'll just wait. And so that was kind of the reason why we waited, because the boutiques were shipping out boxes. So she did wait, and she got the box from the boutique, and then she, you know, sent it to me. So here's the lovely box. We're just gonna open it, and some of you have already guessed what this was, but if you haven't, you can stick it in the comment section down below. So we've got this here, tissue paper, okay, dust bag. There's a care booklet. There's like a little cloth in here that you can buff your bag in. And inside of the box, very pretty, there's, you know, fan folded tissue paper in there. And we're going to reveal, ta-da. Okay, absolutely stunning. It's hard to see what this looks like on camera, but I'll take some close-up shots. But very beautiful. The tag is still actually on there. So the nice thing about the States is you get these tags that are attached. This is the gold rectangular mini flat bag. There's just some protective cloth there, from the 21P collection. Okay, so there's 6 collections a year, so I know it gets a little bit confusing, but there's this is 21P, which stands for Printemps, which is the start of spring, and it's for 2021, so that's 21P This came in the rectangular size. This is it. I don't know if you can tell, but it's like, literally it looks like glitter, liquid glitter, basically. It doesn't feel like glitter, but it's like liquid glitter. It's very, very shiny and sparkly. I think now you can sort of see the beauty of it, but it sparkles in the dark. It's so pretty. This came in the rectangular mini size. It also came in the square mini size, which is what I first saw and was first offered. So the square mini it's not as long as the rectangular, obviously slightly taller, but it's literally a square. It is very cute. So I'm gonna just go ahead and just take everything apart so you can see. So inside, it's all wrapped up. So I'll take this out. These are the chains wrapped up in there, stuffing. And in here, it's a made in France piece. There's a zipper, just like every rectangular mini, and then the authenticity card is wrapped up, and we're in a 31 series. And always whenever you purchase a bag, and Chanel rarely makes this mistake, but you never know, I'm always low-key paranoid, always match up the authenticity card to the inside tag, because God forbid they mix those up and it would just be a mess. So I messaged the designer cut, and then she's like, okay, let me go check, and then she checked for me, so that's great. But anyway, this was, again, not a planned purchase. I think it was fueled by a little bit of FOMO, I'll be honest with you, and I learned that term just now. FOMO means fear of missing out, because obviously this is an event bag. I could wear this during the day. It's not like you can't wear golds and metallics during the day, but I really purchased this more for, you know, going to like Indian events, you know, wearing it with Indian attire. We wear a lot of gold, and this would look perfect with this. This would be the perfect Indian bride bag. It really would. I would have loved to have something like this on my wedding day, even though we don't really wear it. I mean, who wears a purse on their wedding, right? I mean, you always think of having one, but you never actually use it. It's always somebody else holding it for you. But this is the chain. I've been told that apparently the chain is a little bit shorter than normal. I don't know if that's true, but let's try it on. I think it's about the same as any rectangular mini. I don't think that it's shorter. Some people are saying that these ones are shorter, but I don't think so. They seem about the same, but this is the chain. It's got the same leather interwoven in the chain. It's shiny gold hardware, absolutely beautiful. This is lambskin, okay? It doesn't feel as delicate as lambskin. This is actually, it's more kind of grained, and it doesn't feel like coarse, like glitter. It doesn't feel like that at all. It looks more frosted. It's not necessarily iridescent, it's more frosted. And there you can see it, it's more frosted, but it doesn't feel rough, okay? It's smooth, but there's a bit of texture to it. I wouldn't really say it feels like caviar, but it doesn't feel so delicate, okay? In terms of like wear and tear, there's obviously, I'm not going to wear this on a daily basis, so this is going to be more of an event bag, so I'm not really too concerned about wear and tear. One of the selling features for me for this bag is because it's got the edge stitching. I've talked about edge stitching before. Some minis don't have edge stitching, some do, and that's really important to me. So a lot of seasonal bags that I see coming out, they don't have edge stitching, and that's kind of like a, I want the edge stitching. Like, you're spending so much money, like would it kill them to stitch down the edges of the flap? I feel like it looks just cleaner and nicer, so I really like the fact that this has it, although that's not always going to be a deal breaker for me. But I'm super excited to have this piece in my collection. Again, I wasn't really on the hunt for this bag. If you recall, I did purchase a gold reissue last year, mini reissue, which I actually returned. And I returned because I already have two metallic bags in my collection. I have one from Valentino and I have one from Dior, which is their Diorama. And I love those bags, and I don't think I'll ever get rid of those. I really do love those bags. So I decided, okay, it's going to be redundant in my collection. I don't really need a third gold bag, which is true. But honestly, that reissue was beautiful. It had 4 grommets. So the minis always have 2. The reissue minis always have 4. So you can double strap it, whereas this you can only really single strap or shorten the strap. And I think the strap on that was longer, if I'm not mistaken, and the chain was beautiful. It was like a very shiny gold. But I ended up returning it, and I feel like I shouldn't have. Now I know a lot of you told me not to, but I think at the time it was just like it was too much too soon. Like I already just bought a bag, and I thought, okay, you know what, it's a little bit too much for me right now. But I regret returning it. So when I saw this, I was like, you know what, it's now or never. So in Canada, the way things work for more limited bags is there's a lottery system. So what happens is that if there's a bag that they know that is very popular, a lot of people are requesting it, they will have a lottery between all of the sales associates. So the sales associate that gets drawn is able to then sell it to their customer who's requested it. And if that customer declines it, then they move on to the next customer who's on their list. So that's what I've been told how it works. I've been lucky to be drawn for certain things in the past, and sometimes I've declined, but that's what I've been told, right? And you know, that rule may not be so fixed. Like some people may be able to jump the line or jump the lottery. I really don't know, but that's just how it works here. We don't have very many boutiques in all of Canada, but then again, our population is not the same as the States. Like I think we're 1/10 of the population of the States, so it kind of makes sense proportionately. But in the Yorkville boutique, which is our Toronto flagship boutique, from what I understand, I was told there was one rectangular gold, and that was sold already. And in other boutiques, I was shown by two sales associates there was a square when I first saw it. So I asked, and she said, you know what, I don't know if I can sell it to you, but she sent me a photo. And I'm like, you know, the square is cute, but I'd prefer a rectangle. But if I didn't get the rectangle, I'd probably take the square. And then one of my sales associates in Toronto sent me a photo of the square and said, I have this for you. Do you want it? I can send you a payment link. And by then I had already purchased this from the designer cut. So I passed on the square one I passed on to one of my friends here on Instagram, the Luxonomy, and she was able to get that bag. If I knew anybody else who wanted it, of course I would have messaged you. But the thing is that Chanel comes out with golds often. Like they came out with gold last year. I think there was a gold bag before that. So don't feel like you've missed out. I'm sure they're going to come out with, there's already a gold for next season. I'm just telling you that right now. There is already like a yellowy gold for next season. I think it's coming out in the trendy CC in the small size. So if you want that, that's going to come out. And there is another mini with like a top handle. So it's not like they don't do gold bags. So don't feel like, oh my gosh, you know, I need to go get this. People are reselling these already at like $7,000, which is absolutely ridiculous. I wouldn't pay that money, but some people are ready to do that. When I first saw this in the square from my sales associate, I was talking to the designer cut, and I said, you know, I am looking for a rectangular. I don't know if this will come out. And she said, you know what, if you want, I can keep an eye out for you. And I said, that would be great. So very quickly she messaged me and said, my sales associate has this, and this was before the pre-sale even started for this collection, and that boutique had the rectangular and the square. And I was like, okay. She's like, would you like it? And also she told me the price is going up, so this is a day before the price increase in the United States. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna save myself $400 US or $300 US. I'm just gonna go for it. So I processed that payment, and it was mine. So for a while, the United States was actually cheaper to purchase Chanel in than Canada for quite a few pieces, like classic flaps and mini flaps. And even with the recent US price increase, some items are still cheaper, right? So even when I convert with tax, like tax here is 13%. In California, it's like 9%. I think in New York, it's about the same, if not a little bit more. But still, it still is cheaper for certain pieces. So that's why it might be worthwhile to check out purchasing from the States right now. Sometimes there are years where it's more expensive to purchase in the States than it is in Canada. So look at your currency conversion and see what works. Chanel does try to harmonize prices globally, but sometimes, you know, they miss the ball a little bit and you can take advantage of that. So that's the story of this bag. I hope to use it. I don't think I'll be using it anytime soon because we're not going anywhere. I'm not going to have any parties or weddings to go to. These huge weddings that happen in our community are probably not going to happen for a very long time because people are now turning to smaller gatherings, obviously for social distancing reasons. So it's unlikely that I'm going to be invited to so-and-so's sisters, in-laws, cousins, sons, in-laws, so-and-so's daughter's wedding. I'm not going to be invited. It's going to be immediate family only, and I don't really know anybody who's going to be getting married in my immediate family unless it's like one of my siblings who, you know, if that ever happens, then I would be wearing this bag there. I'm 5'6", so the bag hits me at just kind of, below my, just about my hip. And you can wear it like that crossbody, but if you wanted to, I mean, most likely I'm probably not going to wear this crossbody because I see this more of a formal bag. But this is how it is on my shoulder, which is a bit long. And I've discussed this before. You can get these like bag strap clips, but you can get them on Amazon, and basically you hook it through the chain to shorten the chain. You can also tie it with a ribbon if you like, so you could do that. I would probably shorten this a bit. Let's just do this side here. Probably shorten it about that much, okay, to have it, you know, land at a better height. So you can always use one of these to shorten the chain. So literally you can just take a section that you want and you put this through the links. So let's do that right now. There you go. So you've got that, okay? And I've done a video on this before, so you can go check that out. And I have got links for it there as well. But now I've made the strap a little bit shorter, and now it's like perfect, okay? I can also wear it as a short crossbody too. I do prefer shorter crossbodies. I like it. I don't know why. I like the shorter crossbodies, but this lands a little bit higher, so I think it's perfect if I use a little strap shortening clip. And then if I wanted to wear it double strapped on my shoulder, let's just take the clip out. You could double strap it where basically, you know, you literally have to kind of bring the chain around the flap like so and close it up. And then you can wear it double strapped if you want, like that, okay? So it does work, but I would probably just wear it single strapped. You can also kind of do like a little bit of like a small clutch if you tuck the chain inside, and you can wear it as a little clutch if you wanted to as well. But yeah, that's what it looks like. The next two items are sale items trickling in from the winter 2020 sale. So I was waiting for these, and I'm just gonna open these with you. Super excited to get these. So the first, wow, okay, so these are much bigger than I expected. If you guys remember that brooch that I got in the sale, if you guys remember that enormous oversized tweed brooch that I received in the sale, these are the matching studs, so I couldn't really resist. I'm a sucker for matching sets. So I know I said I wouldn't get more costume jewelry, and when I said that, I didn't buy it. This is a purchase before, okay, so it doesn't count. So I already had purchased these. These are quite big. I'll do like a mod shot, but they're really big. So bigger than I thought. Yeah, they're bigger than I thought. But anyway, I'm happy with them, so that's great. The next item is, they had this here in Canada, but then I missed out. I was a little bit too late to the game with this, so it was already sold. And I, didn't think anything much of it, but then when the designer cut did have it, she showed it to me and was like, "Would you like it?" And I'm like, "Yes, I would." This is the 19A Métier d'Art collection. This is the Egyptian brooch. It's gold, and it has like kind of like amber. I think it's glass. It feels like glass, but all over. It's very, very beautiful. Again, sparkly, would look beautiful with gold outfits. So I am super, super happy. I will leave the designer cuts info in the description box down below. it is worth using a personal shopper, especially for sale items and as well as for unicorn pieces that are limited in your boutique or in your country. So she's based in the States, in California. Usually personal shopping fees are around 10% for an item, and depending on how expensive that item is, that, you know, what she's told me is you know, negotiable. Okay, so if it's a small item, proportionately the shopping fee will be higher, understandably, and if it's a larger item, proportionately the shopping fee will be lower. So this is different from a reseller. Resellers, this gold bag on Instagram, I've seen resellers basically pre-purchase and other unicorn bags and literally have a layout of, hey, we've got 4 or 5 of these bags, who wants to buy them? So personal shoppers don't really do that. They don't go and just buy bags. That would be kind of expensive to do that anyway, but they'll source it for you. So if you have something on your mind and it's in an upcoming collection, it might be a good idea to contact her now so that she can source and, you know, find out if these items will be available through her connections and her sales associates, and then get you in first as opposed to getting it later at a much higher premium. Okay guys, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I will do some mod shots later, and I'll do some comparisons with other bags in the future, but I will see you in my next video. Bye.